For the early birds on here, we started this last month where we do the investment tip of the month. So this is for the early guys out there. Our tip of the month.
Yeah, we just started this because while we wait for everybody to come in the waiting room, we'd like to give you some information. So the tip of the month this month is how to get a good deal.
Yeah, how to get a good deal when buying real estate. So what happens when a property comes on the market? We need to stress this because people always want to go in and get a good deal. But when a property comes on the market, their realtor has given them the list price or a suggested list price, or sometimes the owners suggest the list price themselves. Either way, the owner has an idea in their mind. So
yeah, it could be right out to left field. Like the realtor may have quoted a price that's way too high, but the owner thinks that that's what his house is worth.
Yeah, so it's almost impossible to go in on the first day when you go see a property, when you rush out there. And we get these calls. I mean, I was just responding to a text you sent him. You get these texts all the time. What about this property just hit the market? It's fine, but if we've got clients that want to get a good deal, it's very unlikely that if you rush out to see that property and put an offer in, you're going to get a good deal. You're normally going to pay list price or very close to list price, or if it goes into multiple offers, you're going to pay more. So how do you get a good deal, and how do we find a good deal? So what we're always looking for are properties that have been on the market for a long time. And what happens is the property becomes stale. Stale, it is a perfect time to go in and lowball or put an offer in where it actually should have been in the first place. And we've seen this time again. So we're always looking for properties that have been overpriced and they've sat there for 30, 60, sometimes more. Tim, we've seen properties the other day. We took one in Thorncliffe this week for the boys. It was on the market for 150 days.
Yeah, and usually after that time, a lot of the buyers that are looking for that particular house or that type of property, they've already dropped that one off their radar. So they thought that it was too high priced to begin with, and then they stopped looking at it. So that's when a good time for us to get in there and, like as I said, put in a low offer, put in a decent offer for our buyers.
Yeah, so we're always looking to see how long the property's been on the market. Us realtors can actually see if it's been relisted. The public can't see that. So the realtors have a little trick where they'll relist the property and then the number of days will come back to zero. So the public out there don't actually know how many days or how long they've actually been selling it for until they contact their realtor. And a realtor should always check the history to see, okay, what's going on with this property? And for example, the property we just picked up, we asked the realtor exactly, like, is there anything structural with the property? Is there any damage inside? Tim and I went to look at the property. It turned out that it was a real beauty, and our clients bought it straight away. We've also done the home inspection right now, and it passed with flying colors. Not only that, because the seller has had it for 150 days on the market, they're willing to fix everything in the home inspection because they just want to get rid of it and have a firm sale. So how else do you get deals out there, Tim?
Well, the second way that we come across all the time is distressed properties. This is a very, very common way where people will come in and they'll offer whatever they think they should. And because the property is distressed, the owner knows it has issues, whether it's water damage or it's just an older property with no renovations, never had anything done to it. It's easier for us to get a deal on it than a property that is perfect. So distressed properties is the second way to get a good deal on properties. And the third way, off-market properties. Maybe you can expand on that.
Yeah, so off-market properties is where you come to an agreement with the seller. And Tim and I, we've sold many off-market properties. Actually, most of our properties are sold off-market and they're sold to our members. They get the first dibs. We did one in Haysboro for Jeff and Susan, and they're flipping a home, and basically we came across an investor. I mean, we've been doing this for 16 years, so we have a lot of clients with investment properties out there. And this property came to us, this clients came to us with this property, and we came to an agreement. If we said we can get that for you, they were happy not to put it on MLS. And sure enough, we shopped it around to the next person that wanted to flip a home. And why would the sellers do this? I can tell you, the sellers have disgruntled, or actually they have terrible tenants in there. And it's just unfortunately what happened there during COVID. and they just want to get rid of the property. So we fix the problem very quickly for them. And our clients on the other end, yeah, they're taking on a property, but they're doing a flip and they don't mind cleaning it up, and they'll make a lot of money off it, but they don't mind buying this property off market, so they don't have to compete and overpay. And it's win-win for everyone.
Yeah, another way to get a good deal on a property is foreclosures. Now, as we've mentioned in a lot of our seminars and to a lot of our investors, Alberta traditionally doesn't have a lot of foreclosure properties at one time. This came about as a result of the stronger or the more stringent lending policies that the Canadian government brought in, where it's harder to qualify for a mortgage. So the people that do get them tend to be able to make their payments. But foreclosures do come up, and when they hit our radar, we generally know whether they've been priced right or priced wrong. And we also know that the banks are going to regularly schedule a price decrease if they've been overpriced. So we sort of watch those decreases as they're going on. And then when it starts to become a good deal, that's when we jump on it.
Yeah, and the final way to get a good deal when buying a property is finding distressed sellers. And how do people do that? You may have seen the signs out there, we buy houses. The only thing we ask people to be cautious about is that you be genuine and you actually try to help people out. We've seen some investors, Tim, that go and take advantage of people. And that's one reason why we do what we do, is just trying to teach people how to be fair and make it win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and preying on a seller who's down on their luck, that's something that we never advise. But if you can help that seller out, if they're really in a bind, they've lost their job or they've had, you know, a medical issue and they just really can't make up their payments, well, you can provide a solution by taking that property off their hands. So that's the last way we're going to describe today. So that's our tip of the month, how to get a good deal.